All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Merry Christmas. Today is Boxing Day. We're taking a little bit of a break from our Isan series, headed down to Hua Hin for a different type of Christmas dinner. So it may be Christmas, but there is no turkey on the menu today. Today we are trying a whole spit roast suckling pig, and it smells absolutely incredible. All right, so this is the spot. Moo Han Than Ong. ปรุงนานเท่าไหร่ครับ1 ชั่วโมง เนาะ Right, so he says he cooks it for an hour over these coals. Jesus, this is hot, hot, hot. Oh, this looks absolutely unbelievable. Right, so he started it off really, really hot. Got the outside all crisped up, the underneath all crisped up. Then he's cut into it just to allow the heat, when he puts it back on, to cook the inside of the meat. So they poured a bit of water on just to get rid of all the flames, and now it's just smoking. So it's just gonna smoke the inside. It's gonna be so soft, so juicy, I can tell. All right, so just as if this wasn't like gonna be tasty enough, right? They're actually basting it with lard. So they're basting a whole pig with homemade pork fat. Oh, okay, nah. Right, so he's putting little slices in it to make sure the inside cooks. I think it's gonna go back on the spit in a sec. Right, so now they've turned the heat down, it's going back on the spit. And this is why he told me to move out the way, because I've just been absolutely splattered. And we're literally just on the side of a highway. You would drive straight past this if you didn't know it was here. Blink and you will miss it, but I will stick links, obviously, with directions, opening times, all that good stuff in the description box below. And the mad thing is, this is completely manual. There's no electrics here, there's no gas, there's no anything. It is just one man with a stick with a big pig on the end, and he's just manually moving it for 1 hour over coals. We were just saying off camera, this guy's done this a couple of times before, because there's these little techniques. He's just doing a little bit, like he just walked over with a knife, just stuck it in the side. Like, we've got no idea why, but he obviously knows why. He's just scraping a little bit of the skin now and again. So this is the sign of someone who just does this day in, day out. Right, we're going off again. And now we're going to baste. Like, he's getting that marinated every little crevice. Oh look, I've just clocked it, guys. They got some gai ob ong. Curve. Right, so gai ob ong literally translates to chicken roasted in a clay pot, which is one of these. If you ever see one of these, guys, make sure you stop. Right, they've also got som tam. We can't have grilled meat without som tam. Oh my God, look at this, guys. Right, mate, he's going to prep it for us now. All right, and now he hangs it up. Ready. Up. Look at that crispy top. This is the one, this bit, this honestly like... Sai กี่เม็ดนะ 2 เม็ด เอา 5 เม็ดได้ เผ็ดได้ Look at this, guys. Look at the juiciness. Look at that, boy. Right, this is where it's at, guys. Look at this. Look how crispy that skin is. Then underneath, you just got that soft, delicate, fatty meat. And then this one, look, at the end, that's like a shard of glass. Look at that. Oh. Yeah? Alright, man. Of course, I've got my sticky rice. All right, guys, so this is our kind of place. Just on the side of a highway, all open, wooden tables, wooden chairs. Got the pictures all over the wall of the dishes that you can order. So even if you don't speak Thai, it's pretty self-explanatory in here. You've got a whole pig, you've got some chickens, and then you've got the dishes behind you. We have gone for taeng, which is cucumber salad, and then we've got the roast pork, and we've got the roast chicken. So I'm gonna obviously start with star of the show. I'm dipping mine in the seafood sauce. Now, if you're not familiar with seafood sauce, it is coriander or cilantro for any of my American viewers, garlic, sugar, lime juice, fish sauce. And the name would suggest that we eat it with seafood, but most of the time, or a lot of the time, we have it with pork, so either roast pork or fried pork. Right, so I've got that shard of glass crispy pork. Oh, the contrast in the texture from the top. So you've got that really, really super thin, rendered down, super crispy skin, but then underneath you've got like a little layer of fat, and then you've got that soft pork meat underneath. Heavy, 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 heavy on the white pepper. Salt, garlic. The marinade's like a brown paste. So when I smelt it, it kind of smelled like khao man gai sauce, chicken rice sauce. So I'm not sure if they've got a little bit of tao jiao in there. Yellow bean paste, but the main flavour is white pepper, salt and garlic. All right. I'm gonna get a bit off the other end. I'm gonna get a bit from underneath, because when you start getting underneath, you just got pure meat. All right, so you're right. Richard's just said off camera that depending on which part you take from the plate, completely different flavour, right? That bit underneath, really, really salty, loads of white pepper. That's where the marinade's really penetrated, whereas on the skin, hasn't gone too deep. I guess that's why he was poking it as well, get the marinade in, right? Wow. Forget English crackling at Christmas time. This razor thin pork skin's where it's at. Right, and I grab a little bit of this som tam, nice and spicy. She tried to give me 2 chilies. I said, no. Put 5 in there. Richard likes it spicy. That's really good. Actually, we said not sweet, we'd like it sour and salty. And it's come not sweet, sour and salty, which is a revelation. Yeah, super sour. Nice and fresh. I love a cucumber som tam. Everyone thinks som tam means papaya salad. And in the most case, yes, it's the most famous, but you can have it with anything. And cucumber for me, perfect. All right, let's go with this chicken, the Gai Ob Ong, which is one of my favorite things in Thailand. I'm gonna go in with my kham, the tamarind dip. Oh. Oh, that's unbelievable. No effort needed. That is straight fall off the bone. Salty again. Heavy white pepper. Goodness. Now, breast tests. This is a test of a good roast chicken in Thailand. Can they keep the breast moist? And the answer is yes. Now, how they've done this, one, they've spatchcocked the chicken, so they've flattened it out, so everything's cooking evenly. And two, they've marinated this for so long, it's almost brined, or it has brined, so it's completely changed the texture. Oh. That might be better than the pork, I don't know. It's not, but I wasn't expecting it to be this good. The sauce is delicious. It's not your typical nam jim jiao, it's a nam jim makam. So tamarind dipping sauce, so palm sugar, tamarind, so it's like tart and sour. Salty, a little bit sweet. But it pairs perfectly with that smoky roast chicken. I said the chicken might be better than the pork. I was talking rubbish. This pork is absolutely phenomenal. And I was talking about talking absolute nonsense.
No, chicken's good. So like, it's a solid effort. That, however, it's the techers.
Yeah, isn't it? I'd almost want to bring like a buttered roll down here and stuff it. Do you know what I mean?
Bit of apple sauce.
Yeah. Because it's so salty, but it's actual salt. It's not like there's obviously a salting agent in the marinade, but this is actual fleur de sel. I was going to say what am I trying to? Flour of salt. This is proper salt. It's fantastic. So these guys are from Peppery, which makes sense if you see my Peppery video because everything in Peppery is delicious. Now, if you saw my video where I did the roast chicken with the mirrors, it's that kind of vibe. It's that kind of same marinade, but there they have such an abundance of natural produce, the best salt, the best palm sugar, the best chilies. So everything in Peppery is flavour on top of flavour. And this is no exception. All right, but I'm not alone today. Now I've got a man, a good friend of mine, who has forgotten more about food than I'll ever know. Music royalty.
Chicken, absolutely solid. I mean, absolutely solid, like sterling effort. I'm not going to say the best because it's too easy, right? However, the pork is it's a serious bit of pork, like a real 10-10 business. It's interesting because in one piece of pork, there's like 4 or 5 different layers of flavour, whether it's like at one end you've got, as you'd already said, sort of paper thin glass-like at one end, which arguably is actually the more delicate end. Less fat, rendered out. The other end, salt, but like salt intense in a good way. Like when you explain sometimes that something's salty, that might put someone off. But this, it's just like wham! It's like proper smack around the lips. You go underneath, the meat, super juicy, a little bit fatty, but as you had already said, rendered out nicely. But the bit that I'm going for, as my plate will attest, the bones are carrying all of the marinade that he's whacked on, and it's hardened on to the bone. And that might be the thing. That might be the thing. I think it's an absolute, yeah. If you're in Hua Hin, come check out the roasted pork. Have to.
Oh, man. Impeccable rundown there from Richard. He's going to put me out of a job with those sort of rundowns. Comment down below if you want to see Richard start his own food YouTube channel and we'll get that going. It's so good. I'm eating bones that Richard's already eaten. But as he said, like, when you get down to the bone and the little bit of meat around the bone, it's just like your marinade. It's just that intense flavour. You've definitely chewed that, mate.
No.
You've definitely had that.
No, definitely not. I left more on my plate. Go on, get stuck in.
I'm giving the pork an 11 out of 10. If you're anywhere near Hua Hin and you don't come here and you like pork, unsubscribe and never speak to me again. I'm too close to 100,000 subscribers for that. Don't unsubscribe, but give yourself a timeout. But yeah, guys, I think that's about it from us now. We're going to finish off our pork and chicken. Probably curl up in a ball with meat sweats afterwards. But yeah, that's it from Hua Hin. Merry Christmas. I will see you back in Laos and Isan for the rest of our series, but that's it for now. And I guess I will see you in the next one.